This game is rated T for teen. Viewer discretion advised. Hello everybody, I'm Savvy and welcome to another collection video in...
Blue meanies! Blue meanies! Nice move!
Hello guys, I'm Savvy and welcome back to another episode of Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed. In the last episode, we finished every single one of the odd jobs that are available to us in every single location that we've been to. And in this one, we're going to be collecting what is called all Furonigami, which are those posters that we collected in a few times throughout some of the episodes throughout our playthrough, and there are a lot of them. So I'm going to show you a Navicom real quick. So yeah, there's 20 in Base City, 20 in Albion, 15 in Takoshima, 15 in Tunguska, and 15 in Solaris. So yeah, there's a lot of them. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be collecting all of them. So just like with the alien artifacts getting 49 out of 50, this time we'll be able to get every single one of them. And I'm going to show you guys where the rest of them are that we haven't collected. So without further ado, being in Bay City, I'll show you guys where all the ones are in Bay City. So let's get started. So the first one that we're going to be picking up that is left over is going to be at the very top of the map here. And up here, this is actually nearby where Coyote Bongwater's hideout was, and it's right up here with this poster, Men's Fashion. There we go, that's a new print collected. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So the next one is going to be at this military base that is actually near one of the landing pads that is our caboodle, and it's right on this wall here. War, the Bay City Army builds men. Alright, that's that one. Let's move on to the next one. So the next one is going to be right where this kind of road is, like, I guess, I wouldn't say cul-de-sac, but this kind of like round road here that kind of goes around here with, I guess, a building in the middle, and it's right up north from here near the coastline. And it's right up on this wall, protect and serve. There we go. Let's get the next one. Alright, so I also realized that Furonigami includes jukebox music as well. So one of them that I've collected here is down here in this little neighborhood, and it's actually right on top of this roof here. And the other one that I collected, there's one that's up here in this corner here, and there's also one that's down here on this corner here on this building. So I've collected those so far, and we have 11 out of 20. So kind of clearing the air there is also those jukebox, or those discs as well. Or records, not discs, records. That's what they're called. Alright, I'll show you where the next one is, guys. Alright, so the next one is actually going to be behind these rows of houses here. And right behind this yellow one is going to be a jukebox. Jukebox song. And that is another Furonigami down. So let's find the next one. So the next one is actually on this little house that is like at the top of these wooden stairs here.
Hello.
And it's in between these houses that are here. Here, I'm going to get rid of these guys. And it's another jukebox song. So it seems like that there's only, I believe, five of the posters, and then there's 15 of these jukebox songs. So I guess there's a lot of music in this game, which is pretty cool. But let's move on to the next one. Alright, so along the beach here to the north, where actually it's northeast of where we are with this landing pad, and it's actually to the west of the rock as well, there's a jukebox, or Furonigami, that's there, and while I'm at it, I might as well just grab this here too. There we go. And that's another Furo tech cell as well.
Tell me what's happening. See if I care.
So the next one is going to be on this corner here. That's actually slightly northwest of this landing pad. And it's at this shop here, actually this music store. So pick it up, and there's another jukebox song. Onward to the next one. Alright, so the next one is going to be in front of a building as well. And this one's on the far west side along this western coast here. And right on top of these little stairs here is another jukebox song. Alright, let's go to the next one. Now this one is going to be pretty much very far west, like the farthest west you can go just about, and it's along this beach side here to the west of this landing pad. And right on the beach is another jukebox song. All right, let's go to the next one. So on the eastern docks here, pretty much just about the farthest east you can go on the map. On these docks here, where there's a bunch of nets and cages here, and I guess oxygen tanks or whatever, in between all that is a jukebox song. And we only have 2 more to go, so let's move on to the second to last one, and finally the 20th one. So the second to last one that we're going to grab is going to be at the tip of this land mass that's here, where the military base is, and actually where you can find Arkfoodle if you don't have the landing pad yet. That's northwest of there, and right by this big old rock is a jukebox song. So let's go ahead and get that last one, shall we? So the last one that we're going to get is not at the very top of the Golden Gate Bridge, but it is actually on one of the outlooks here on the side. It's actually on the first one right above the bridge. So you're going to want to use these what do they call it? Wires, I guess, or the support beams to climb up here. And there we go. That's all of them in Bay City. So that's 20 out of 20. So let's go ahead and move on to Albion and find the next set of Furonigami. Alright, so the first Furonigami is going to be up here at the northeastern part of Albion, where these large buildings are, and on this green pipe that's here sits a jukebox song. I'm going to pick that up, and let's move on to the next one. So the next one is going to be around this canal area that is going to be underneath this building. And on this brick wall that's here is going to be a poster that says Mutant Frenzy in Color, Inconceivable, Indestructible. So let's pick it up and move on to the next one. So the next one's going to be southeast from where we are, from the canal, and on top of this water tower is going to be another jukebox song. And we pick that up and we'll go to the next one. So the next one is going to be around this row of flats that are over here, and underneath this umbrella with 2 chairs, there is a jukebox song. Just like that. So we pick it up and we'll move on to the next one. So the next one is going to be around these buildings here, and in this sort of, like next to the car park that's here, next to these boxes, is going to be a jukebox song. And once we pick it up, we can move on to the next one. So the next one is going to be slightly northwest of where this landing area is for a saucer, and where our cult guys are here in Albion. There's a poster that's right here, and I accidentally picked it up before I before I started recording, but it's right there. Trust me, you'll get it. But let's move on to the next one. So to the very far west, that is south of this very long canal here, is a building with like a training course that's here, and on top of this wooden beam here is going to be a jukebox song, and you pick it up, and there we go. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, so in the park area, this large park, to the west of this path, this northern path that's here, in this grassy area, is going to be a kind of sort of a picnic area, I guess, and there's a jukebox that's sitting right in the middle of the blankets. And we pick it up, and there we go. Let's move on to the next one. So over here in this, what seems to be like sort of a Japanese garden area, because of the lights, the bridge, and the cherry tree that's here. Very beautiful, by the way. On top of the bridge here is a jukebox song, and we'll start to head south to get the rest of them, and we're almost done with all this side to the north. And then the rest of them that we'll get, that'll be left over, will be down here in this section. So let's move on to the next one. So over here in this sort of, I guess, parking area that's in front of this building. I'm not sure what kind of building it is. Looks kind of like a house, but it could be like a restaurant or something. But between these bikes and a moped here, you'll be able to find a jukebox song. Once you find it, you pick it up, and then we can move on to the next one. Alright. So the last one that we're going to be grabbing that is up here to the north of Albion is going to be in front of this small building that's here, and on this brick wall is going to be a poster, which looks really cool. I like it. Nice looking couple there. But that's a new print, so let's move on to the island that is over here, or at least the peninsula that's over here, and get the rest of them. Actually, before we actually head across to the island here, right next to Big Ben, there is, or Parliament, the Parliament building, there is along the canal here, or the edge of it, right behind this statue, a jukebox song. And we'll pick it up, and then we can start heading across to the other side. Alright, so once you are across the bridge here to the southeast, there's going to be a bunch of buildings here, and in between here in these alleyways, there's going to be a couple rugs here and a chair, and next to it is a jukebox song. And it'll be next to this building with the open sign on it. And this is a good indicator too, a star with a rainbow coming from behind it. But let's move on to the next jukebox song, or maybe even poster. So, right along the canal here to the, well, south of the canal, but north of this peninsula here, there is going to be a bus stop here, and right where it is going to be this lovely poster, which I'm going to take a screenshot of that real quick. And we're going to pick it up, and there's a new print. So we only have 2 more to go, so let's go find the last 2, and I'll show you where they are. So, right in front of this little flat that's here, and on the map you could see it's slightly southeast from the landing pad that's here. In front of it, at least on this left side, is going to be a jukebox song. And there is only 1 more to get, which is going to be southwest from where we are, somewhere around these flats here. So let's go to that real quick. So just like before, there's these flats that are here, or these townhouses. I guess these are considered townhouses, I'm pretty sure. It's like the last one, where you find one on the left side here, and you find a jukebox song, and that is all 20 of them in Albion. So let's go ahead and make our way over to Takoshima, and we'll find the rest of the 15 that we are missing. Yep, there's only 15 there now for the rest of the areas, so I'll see you guys there. Alright, so the first one is actually going to be where we've landed here, and I realized I only got 1 of them, so there's 14 that we're missing here. And where we landed just directly northeast of where we are, along this wall here, is a poster. So let's interact with it and pick it up. And we got that new print, so let's move on to the next area. Alright, so the next one is going to be northeast from where we went, and it's actually going to be where the Yakuza tigers, the white tigers, are. And on top of this rooftop here, where it looks like, it kind of looks like an Arc Voodoo statue. I don't think it is, but we're going to pick up this jukebox song, and we'll just move on to the next one. So northwest of where we just were, there is going to be this alleyway, and down these stairs next to this dumpster is going to be another poster here. And it's like a giant monster. Alright, let's find the next one. So, heading once again northeast, this is actually where the carnival is, and next to the Ferris wheel, where some of these hippies are, you're going to find another jukebox song. And we're going to pick it up, and there we go. So let's keep going, looking for more. So the next one is going to be southwest of where we just were, and through this alleyway, there's going to be a little place you can turn into, and there's going to be some vending machines here. And next to it is another jukebox song. So let's go ahead and find the next one. So where the West Side Panthers are located, to the south of their area is going to be, nearby the docks, is going to be this poster right up against this wall in the corner, where you can see this nice lantern next to it. We picked up, and there's a new print for us. Alright, let's go to the next one. I think we only have 5 more to go. No, sorry, not 5. We have 8 more to go, excuse me. Let's go find the next one then. So where this, where a bunch of these rocks here are on the coastline, you're going to come across a tent here. There will be humans here, but I got rid of them. But in front of this tent is going to be a jukebox song. You pick it up, and there we go. We'll move on to the next one. So on the southern side of the volcano, that's actually near where the exit was when the entire place was coming down and exploding with lava. And it's also northeast east of where this landing pad is, there's like this door that's open with a red light that you'll see coming up this hill. It's actually next to this building that you'll see here. And there's a jukebox song right there. And there we go. Let's move on to the next one. So in this lovely little village that's over here, that's actually next to some lovely rice fields, in front of these houses here is going to be a nice poster of a woman cleaning. And there's a new print for us, so let's go ahead and find the next Furonigami. So in front of this military base that's here, there's going to be a poster in front of it on this wall, and let's pick it up, which shows, I believe, police officers or local citizens in uniforms. All right, let's go find the next one. So going inside the base at this top right corner area, below this watchtower, is actually going to be a jukebox song. So there we go. Let's get the next one. So in this temple area where our landing pad is, actually southwest of there, and in this Zen garden area, there's going to be a jukebox song in front of these little temple houses or little replicas or dioramas of these little temples or prayer rooms or whatever they may be called. I think I'm close to something like that. Forgive me if I mistake that for something that's completely different. But let's go ahead and find the last two, because there's only two left. Let's go find them. So in the White Ninja Village, actually on the outskirts of the village, on the cliffside here, there's going to be this little shack here that has a white ninja sitting next to these barrels, and inside of this, underneath this awning, is going to be a jukebox song. Alright, let's go find the last one, shall we? So the final one that we're going to be getting in Takoshima is actually going to be all the way at the Black Ninja Village on the island to the northwest. And there's this Buddha shrine that's here with this lovely gate. It's beautiful. And at the very top of the steps is going to be the final jukebox song in Takoshima. So that's everything in Takoshima with those kind of collectibles. So let's go ahead and move on to Tunguska. So I already have two in Tunguska, but the first one that we're going to get for the rest of them is going to be south of where we've landed here. And it looks like a little kiosk that's here. Yeah, and in front of it is going to be a jukebox song. Let's pick it up and go to the next one. Alright, so where the nuclear power plant is, to the bottom left corner of this block is going to be a poster on this wall. And I really like it. It's a scientist. Alright, let's go find the next one. Alright, so in this little remote area that's to the far east of the map, in this huge doghouse that's here, is going to be a jukebox song. So let's pick it up, and to the south of here, actually in the same kind of area, there should be a print that's right down here. So I'm going to keep it in for this part. Which I may have already gotten this one, because like I said before, I've gotten two of them. No, I guess I did not. Oh, and there it is, right there. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. Alright, I'm going to take a screenshot of that. But let's pick it up, and there we go. That's two more right there. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So right across, like directly to the west of where we just were, there's going to be a large pipe that's here, and at the very end of it is, or beginning, depending on which side you come from, is going to be a jukebox song. We picked up, and there it is. Let's go to the next one. So right before entering the Blisk area, right on the border of it, there's going to be this bunker area that's right here, which I believe was actually part of one of these missions to blow up those cores. And if we get rid of some of this junk that's here, we can see that there is a... Oh, that's so cool! It's like a concept art for the Blisk, for the remaster. That's really cool. And we pick it up, and there we go. Alright, let's find the next one. So right to the northwest of the bunker where we just were, as you enter right on top of the, like right after the top of this rocky part here that enters this giant crater, there's going to be a little platform here that has a jukebox song next to these boxes here and all the supplies and stuff. So you want to pick it up, and there we go. Let's get the next one, shall we? So there's an icy ridge that's here where this frozen lake is, and at the very top there's going to be a jukebox song. And one thing I do want to mention is I believe that there was a jukebox song. There is one that's here, but it's inside this bunker. And I think the only way to get it is during the mission that allows you to go inside of the bunker. And I think that's going to be the only one that I won't be able to get, unfortunately. So I will only have 14 out of 15, unfortunately, which if there's another way that I can solve that, I'll let you guys know. But as of right now, I think that's the only way to do that is during that main mission. So definitely get it when you can. All right, so in this area with all these homes that are here, under this, I don't know what this is, a distillery? I think so. But underneath it is going to be a jukebox song. So I'm going to pick it up and we'll move on to the next one. All right, so heading towards the docks here, at this last home that's here in this little shed that's back here, or in front of the house, there's a jukebox song right there. And there we go, that is another jukebox song down. And the last ones that we're going to be getting is going to be up at the docks itself, which if we head over this way, hey, look at this. We got one of those. Love it. And as you can see, we're getting closer to it. Which should be on a boat that's over here. At least I think so. Oh, there it is. It's behind this boat. That's another jukebox song, and then unfortunately, the last one that we're only going to be able to get is going to be on the ship that's back here. That's going to be right below here. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, it's a poster. There we go. That's a new print. And that is going to be 14 out of 15 because, like I said, the bunker one, I think we can only get that if you do that during a main mission. So, that's going to be unfortunate. But I guess we can move on to the final area, which is Solaris, and we'll get the 15 or however many left we have there. So I'll see you guys in Solaris. So in Solaris, right where we landed, to the northeast of there's going to be a crane that's sitting right up against this moon rock wall, and underneath it is a jukebox song. All right, and we already have 3 here, but now we have 4, so let's go ahead and get the rest of the 11 that are left here. So, to the south of where this landing pad would be, there's like this giant pillar that's here, some kind of building or construction that was made, and apparently in front of it is a little cave that's here, and on this pillar that's in the ground is a poster. So let's pick that up and we'll move on to the next one. Alright, so over here, which looks like an entrance to these large facilities of Blisk, which looks like this gate here, there's actually going to be large Blisk that are here that you're going to destroy. There's a jukebox song right in front of this gateway or whatever that is. It looks like a portal, honestly. But let's go ahead and find the next one. So the next one is going to be south of where the Blisk bases are, and where the bridge is that goes across here, underneath it is going to be this kind of flora that's here, and on top of it is a jukebox song. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So we're making our way out from the southeast of the Blisk bases. There's going to be this kind of, it's kind of out of the way, but on this rock wall that's here, where all this flora is a poster of 2 astronauts looking at each other. Pretty cool. Alright, onward to the next one. So right across from where we just were, directly to the east, there's going to be, like, around this rounded road, there's a bunch of spotlights that are pointed towards this jukebox song. So we'll pick it up and get it. And onward to the next one, which we have 6 more to go. So into this giant dome, because we've been here a few times, but in this giant dome that's here, where this interesting Blisk experiment that's encased here, on the top of it is going to be a jukebox song. And I'm pretty sure that this has something to do with the mission that we're going to be doing in the next episode, probably. But we'll move on to the next one. So right outside this large dome to the southeast, there is going to be a poster here of a very, I guess, flamboyant scientist. So we'll pick this up and we'll get to the next one. So to the very far east of Solaris, there is a small building that's here with these garage doors, and in between them is going to be a jukebox song. Pick it up, and we only have 3 more to go, so let's find the rest of the 3. So up on this cliffside, there's a little orb-looking shelter here, or I guess lander that's here, and right next to it is a jukebox song, and this is actually facing all the largest domes in Solaris, if that helps with the indicator of where we are in terms of the jukebox. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So inside the largest dome in Solaris, in the center of the map, where it looks like there's gift shops that are here, in one of them right here is going to be a jukebox song. And we just need to get one more in Solaris, so let's go find it. Alright, so the very last one that we're going to get in Solaris is actually going to be in this smaller dome to the right of the large dome. And up above here, which I don't know why it took me a minute to figure it out, I gotta look up. It's right up on this upper part of this wall here. So let's pick it up, and that's a new print. And guess what? That is... It sucks to say, it's not all of them technically, because one in Tunguska, I guess you can only get during a specific mission, which kind of sucks. It's like the artifact, but that's for an odd job that comes after the main story. So, I don't know. I'll have to look up on to see if there's any other way to get in there to get that that particular or not artifact, but a particular print or song. I think it's a jukebox song. But other than that, we actually got all of them. I think there's 85 in total, so we got 84, which is still not bad. I mean, that's a lot of them. In this episode, I don't know how long it's going to be because I try to keep the location of where they are and picking them up kind of short, so that way it's not too long. But I guess that means that the next episode is going to be the finale, which is crazy. I am looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. And don't worry, even with the finale, there will also be a bonus video that will be happening as well to finish off the rest of the odd jobs that happen and to get the last alien artifact as well. And potentially getting the last jukebox song as well. But if you guys enjoyed this and hope that this was very helpful or thought that this was very helpful for you, be sure to hit that like button and don't forget to hit subscribe as well, because it lets me know that you guys enjoy the content on the channel and would like to see more. I'd like to give a shout out to all my channel members whose names I put up on the screen right now. If you are interested in using exclusive emotes during live streams, or if you are interested in being the first to see videos before they go public, be sure to hit that join button down below and become a Savvy Superstar or Specialist today. Specialist. I've been Savvy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. See you later.